you will be catched or not. So if you if you want to continue, you will continue. Never mind what is the situation, never mind where are you.
W stolicy Bułgarii, Sofii, znajduje się warsztat doświadczonego fajkarza, którego prace zyskały światowe uznanie. Stanowią subtelne połączenie piękna i staranności wykonania z doskonałą funkcjonalnością oraz dbałością o detale. Poznajcie Georgi Bojadijewa.
My journey with the pipe making started maybe a little bit more than 20 years ago. Officially, it's 20 years. How I collected pipes, smoked pipes, and from one point forward, I wanted to buy beautiful pipes in the web shops, but it was not possible, of course, for high grades or whatever I wanted to buy. In one moment, I decided to try. Ordered some pre-board blocks and just started to digging with literally nothing, like tools or equipment or knowledge, almost any knowledge. In the beginning, I started to collect tools, to learn, to read a lot. For my work, in these years, the internet and information was everywhere, more and more and more, even without the social networks, which are now very good source. However, it was a journey, of course, step by step, small steps, but in one moment, one summer, we've decided with my wife that we will go in Italy. My first show in Cali. And it was success, amazing, a lot of people, a lot of friends, new friends. And that was actually the real start of my more or less professional pipe making career. When I started to make pipes, I had no tools, no knowledge, and everything else like this. But the market in Bulgaria for tools, for example, is very bad. Very bad. Now I know what I need, generally, but it is not possible to find it here in good quality. I prefer to order, let's say, drill bits from Germany to pay much, much more, but to have one good drill bit. For example, 4.2 or 4.0 drill bits are with proper length. I cannot find good quality in Bulgaria. Sandpaper, waxes, everything like this are not available. You cannot find. It was difficult in the beginning, extremely difficult to find tools, to find someone to make tools for you. Almost impossible. You're asking about the advantages of a pipe made by a single pipe maker or so-called artisans like me. Maybe the biggest advantages are the details, the level on which we actually focus our work on the details, on the shapes and the details. The mouthpieces, in my opinion, this is most important pipe in the part of the pipe for a proper function, and the personal touch, of course. Personality is very important. With such small item, and as much as you can implement your vision and your designs or your vision for the certain design, this is the thing actually most of the people see in your work, because there are plenty of pipes on the market, plenty of very nice pipes, but the personal touch, the details, the implementation of materials or something like this make actually the item personal and one of a kind. All the other stuff like function, like design in general, they're invented already. So what I think we can do now is to make our work better and better. And this is the main advantage for the end customer to buy a pipe from a single pipe maker than from series of manufactured equal items, more or less. The biggest myth with the pipe making, with the pipes, and the making of pipes, actually, is that it is easy. It is not easy. From the moment you start, you very fast will realize that it is not so easy. The buyer always have another opinion. You saw the pipe we've made yesterday. It was nice, and then at the end, crack. So it will not be nice. A pipe. Good pipe, but not so good, not so fancy. And this is every day. The mistakes, huge amount of mistakes, all the time with the mouthpieces. Yes, the mouthpieces. The mouthpieces are my favorite subject. In my opinion, the mouthpiece is the most important pipe part of the pipe, which makes the big difference for the smoking capabilities, the function, and the design also. If the mouthpiece is not well done, it doesn't matter what is the grain or the color or everything else, because it will not work well. So the second big myth is that there is no big difference between a pre-made mouthpiece and the handmade one. Most of the people cannot find this difference. With the handmade mouthpiece actually changes everything for the particular pipe. I was able to make water-free pairs, changed mouthpieces of factory-made pipes with handmade mouthpieces. People were amazed of the difference, always, no exception. So if I can say so, this is one of the biggest myths. Originality in the pipe making is a very, very wide question. I don't think that actually there is a field, there's a room to be so much original in your work as a pipe maker. But what I think, as I said before, and exactly what I think I have to do with my work and to improve, to make better the same, and improvisation of the one and the same shape as many times as is possible gives you a lot of muscular memory, as you said, to shape again and again. And the approach to the brayer, because the brayer is natural material, you never know. The approach is the thing which make us different. For example, you can shape and then drill for many of the shapes. On the other hand, you can put it on a machine and make it first drilling, then to shape. But the approach to the grain, the structure of the material and the brayer, this is something you cannot learn fast. So you need to learn it, to learn this step by step and small steps with many mistakes. It is not possible to directly to approach a block of brayer and decide this will be a billiard or not, if you don't have huge amount of mistakes after you. Originality, yes, it is possible, but these actually are very small number of pipes that are available or not available in the market. We have seen, but now I'm not sure. Originality may be something more close to the nature. Yeah, it is possible. It is possible, but necessary, I don't think so. You asked me about the solidarity or politeness between the pipe makers, as far as we all are competitors, actually, more or less. The good thing is that yes, there are a kind of rules that are not written, but we all observe kind of politeness, friendships. I've been able to meet a lot of people, a lot of good people in the pipe society as pipe makers and pipe people in general made friendships, which is priceless. And the opportunity to travel around the world with the pipes and pipe shows and everything else, for me, it's a big thing. Being all my life in Bulgaria, which was 30 years, is much more open, but before that it was not, as you know. So now this opportunity for me is a huge thing, to have contacts all over the world and to meet people, to communicate with many people, let's say in Germany or in China or in the United States or in France, to travel around. It is very nice thing for me, very good. So the solidarity, yes, there is solidarity. There were examples of people in bad situation, pipe makers, and many others just started to help whatever we can. I do this once or twice also. So yes, there is solidarity, despite of the business. What I think is that for people like me, who started with actually nothing, especially with knowledge, it is priceless if you're able to work with someone who has now 30 or 50 years of experience. Unfortunately for now, it was almost impossible for me. I still hope that I will be able to work with some people like Tom Heltank. But when, I don't know. If possible, if not possible, who knows? However, I still think that there are a lot of tons of tricks and hacks and things that can be learned, approaches to the job, to the work, how to make things better or with less time. Generations are generations for everything, but for the crafts, it is priceless to learn from someone. I spent few hours with one of the greatest in the world. And these two or 3 hours were priceless. They changed a lot. 2-3 hours. It was much for me. And this is the part of the friendship and the pipe society thing. If you ask someone, please tell me how to do things that way better, most probably he will answer. The sharing of knowledge is also priceless. Most of the experienced pipe makers actually sharing a lot of knowledge, of experience, of their work. So this is another addition to your previous questions, that actually it's not only a polite facade, there is more.